So what's your pick for the greatest classic rock guitar solo? Alright, welcome back to Music Guru, where rock and metal never die and every classic note still matters. So recently I came across an article where Geddy Lee named the greatest recorded guitar solo in history. Actually, he named 2 guitar solos, and I'm not sure if either one of his choices will be all that surprising to you, although there is a reason I found them surprising, and I'll tell you what it is. And I'm going to also offer you 2 alternative choices to the solos that Geddy Lee named, so stick around for those. So first of all, the quotes from Geddy come from an article at Far Out magazine written by Dale Mapplethorpe. So Geddy Lee picked 2 solos as the greatest ever recorded and said it was basically a toss-up between Jimmy Page's solo in Stairway to Heaven and David Gilmour's solo on Comfortably Numb. So let's be honest, those aren't exactly controversial picks. Those are Mount Rushmore level solos. Both are as much emotion as they are technique. Page's solo in Stairway was improvised in one take that captured lightning in a bottle, and Gilmour's solo in Comfortably Numb is a masterclass in phrasing, tone, and making the guitar weep from its very soul. But this is where I'll admit that I do have a little bit of surprise at Geddy's choices, which is the fact that he went with 2 so well-known solos, so conventional of choices. I mean, Geddy Lee redefined what rock musicians could do technically and structurally. I expected something a little deeper, maybe something more surprising, maybe something from Jeff Beck or Alan Holdsworth, but instead he went for 2 solos that have basically become the foundation of what classic rock guitar is all about. So let me throw something else into the ring. While I agree that both of those solos are really incredible and brilliant, I think that there are solos that are just as good that often go unnoticed, and one of them comes from Alex Lifeson, which is his solo on Limelight. Now I know that Alex is very vocal in saying that it's one of his favorite, and the solo definitely has a lot of passionate fans, but its fame is nowhere near at the level of Stairway to Heaven or Comfortably Numb. And Lifeson may not always get the accolades that he deserves, but that solo alone, among many others, shows that he is a go-to guy if you're looking for brilliance and flash and taste in soloing. Now, I promised you that I would offer 2 alternative guitar solos to the ones that Geddy Lee picked. And when I say alternative, I don't mean that these are better. These are just solos that I think often go unnoticed. So one of the solos that I want to mention here is Tommy Shaw's solo in the song Crystal Ball. This one is an incredible guitar solo that many people overlook. And I think that Tommy Shaw was on point when he recorded the solo, and it's a high water in his career. The second solo I want to mention is a Ritchie Blackmore solo, and I've done an entire video just on this solo if you want to look it up in the archives. But it's the solo from the song Wasted Sunsets, and I think that although Blackmore has a ton of brilliant solos, Wasted Sunsets is among one of his most memorable. So those 2 solos would be my pick for sort of obscure greatest solos, and I'm not saying that they're better than the ones that Geddy picked. I'm just surprised that Geddy didn't go for something a little bit less obvious. So what's your pick for the greatest classic rock guitar solo, or do you happen to agree with Geddy's choices? This is what I think, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea about this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.
Music Guru here, asking you to help us on our march to 10,000 subscribers.